there, it's Ruth Backlund from Energy Works Myofascial Release. I'm heading back from my, it was, I don't know, 6 or 7 days in Evanston, Illinois. I was there for 2 seminars back to back, a women's health seminar and a rebounding seminar. And my hands are free. It's just like me talking to you on a phone, so don't worry that I'm in the car talking to you. It's I'm hands free at this point, and it's just like talking to you in the front seat. So welcome to my ride. But I wanted to share a little bit about my experience at the seminars. Get a little help from my navigation here. 13 miles. So the first seminar was specifically for women's health, and it's women's health. It's titled Women's Health, but a lot of the same issues can be treated on men as well. So it was, working through a lot of the pelvic floor, external pelvic floor area, internal pelvic floor area, as well as treatment of the breasts. And those are areas that are big taboos for a lot of people. They're intimate areas of the body, and without specialized training, those are areas that are typically avoided in therapy and inappropriately. But sometimes people need help there. Sometimes there's some chronic issues that people deal with, especially if they've had abdominal surgery or trauma, sexual trauma, medical trauma, molestation as a young child, or even, nothing that's, quite as drastic as that, but maybe they were horseback riding a lot when they were younger and they broke their tailbone. How many times did they fall off a horse? Or think of how many times we fall on our butt when we learn how to walk, right? Or anytime, if we're in northern Minnesota or any of these northern states in the winter, how many people slip and fall on the ice and crack their tailbone? So, there's a lot of things that can happen. Pregnancy can affect your pelvic floor. Rotations of your pelvis can affect your pelvic floor. So if you are in a lot of sports and things like that, we tend to have issues and lose the power in our pelvis as our pelvic floor gets tight. So addressing a lot of those areas as part of that women's health seminar. So it's always fascinating to me. I've taken this seminar many times over the last decade. My first time was as a participant, as a model for a male therapist, and then the other times I was a therapist actually in the seminars themselves, and how different each time has been. Now, I've had a lot of pelvic floor work in the past. I would say the first few times was probably the most intense for me because it was years of stuff that had been going on that I was not able to address. But as I continue on, throughout life and getting a lot of treatment, internally and then throughout the whole body, that, things really opened up quite a bit. Pausing for a second here, getting directions again from my lovely GPS. But this time was really different for me, and I was kind of surprised. I know that I have been this past year struggling with a few things in my own health, just, getting older, premenopausal, menopausal kind of stuff. So a lot of you women can relate to this, and, going through some fear, some things that were changing, and, some, health scares, things like that hit us, surprisingly. And I was actually holding a lot in my pelvis. I was very surprised how tight things seemed to be. Things were, there was a lot more restrictions in my pelvis. I started a fitness routine earlier this year, and I knew my pelvis was rotated and trying to correct that, working with another therapist, and, get a little bit better, and then it would go back again. So part of that was, strengthening things when I shouldn't be strengthening them, and maybe not getting loose enough or balanced enough before I started all of that. And that showed up as restrictions in my pelvis. So, a lot of that got opened up even just the first day. So, that was great. Things got a whole lot easier from there. But I was really surprised how much that changed from about a year ago when I had taken the seminar before. So, your body does, ebb and flow with where things shift. If things do go, twisted or torqued, or you have an injury, it can change the dynamics of your body. We keep living and breathing and doing things, and and it changed the pattern for me. And it was good for me to actually have some additional, pelvic floor work, because things had gotten, very tight, and it was affecting me in a negative way. So I'm very happy that I went. And, so if you're having issues in your pelvis, or if you've, had some issues, with your tailbone hurting, or you've had scar tissue in your abdomen, you've got, pain, in other parts of your body, the pelvic floor might be an area you want to have addressed. So if that's something you're interested in, at least finding out a little bit more information, you just want to talk to me, reach out to me on Facebook, and we'll set up some time and just have a chat, and see what might be going on, and if that's something that would be right for you. So I personally think everybody can benefit from it, but not everybody is willing to take that step. So if it is something that you think you do want to talk about, you want more information, please feel free to give me a call, and we'll just chat about it and see where things are at for you. Have a good day.